Welcome to RCR Wireless News. I'm Martha DeGrasse, and I'm here today with David Letterman, the other David Letterman. This David Letterman is Head of Ecosystem Development at NSN. David, thanks for being here today.
Hi, great to be here. Thanks, Martha.
All right, tell us a little bit about your role at NSN and the NSN Innovation Center in particular.
Well, first, I guess I can say for the first time, so it's not NSN anymore, right? So I work for the networks group of Nokia. So I'm in the Innovation Center for the Nokia Office of the CTO for Nokia, based in Mountain View. And I work for a team called Technology Exploration and Disruption within that Office of the CTO. So what we do is we look out, we're a global team. We have labs in Mountain View and in Germany and in Finland and in China. But specifically in Mountain View, where I'm based, we look out into the valley to find good ideas, bring them into the company, which is not always so easy to do. That not invented here syndrome is real. But to find good ideas, bring them into the company, and then also we run real projects in our labs, and oftentimes we'll try to find the best and greatest technologies to support our projects.
Okay, great. And right now, your search has taken you to Silicon Valley. You have the Silicon Valley Open Innovation Challenge going, focusing on data analytics and telco cloud technologies. Is that right?
That's right, absolutely. So we have a couple of themes that have been running for over a year now, the big transformational themes, and telco cloud and big data analytics, big data and now big data analytics have been a theme that have carried over from 2013 and are now the two primary themes, I think, that we would agree that are the main transformational events. So we've set an open innovation challenge, and literally open, meaning to big companies, small companies, students, academia, and in the Valley in particular, because that's where these solutions have been identified to start with. So big data storage, big data analytics that came from the Valley, cloud, IT cloud, data center, that all came from the Valley. So we're trying to reach into these experts who maybe haven't thought about telecom vertical as a place to apply their solutions, as a vehicle that they can bring their expertise into both NSN, reach our business experts, reach our technology experts, reach our customers. We'll give them an audience of the operators, give them an audience of capital investors. So we think it's really the right place to be launching this particular event.
Okay, now disruptive innovation is a term that you've used a lot, and disruptive innovation is not a new term, but you define it very specifically and very differently from what you call incremental innovation. So can you tell us a little bit about that definition?
Sure. I think so. The definitions themselves are kind of interesting. So, like I said, my group is called Technology Exploration and Disruption within the Office of the CTO, and that change happened in October of last year, and everybody wanted to know, what does that mean? You guys are an internal innovation team, and you're calling yourself disruptors. What does that mean? And there's consultancies that do nothing but talk about this. There's books that talk about this. It's sort of a never-ending. How do you define this, and how do big companies deal with it? So what we decided to focus on instead is why does it matter? We already have a very successful group of innovators within Nokia. And we're already doing this in our projects every day. So hopefully this changes things. I think disruption gives the impression, at least, that you're expanding on your boundaries of what you could do before. So that's what we focused on instead. What new permission, let's say, does this grant if you're now called the disruptors, disruptive innovation? So I didn't really want to focus too much on the definition. But I do think it's valuable or important to still have a differentiation between incremental innovation and disruptive innovation. But the challenge is to make it so you're not saying that one is better than the other, right? So I think to kind of put in those two buckets, incremental innovation is the innovation that you have to do. Every company, to stay competitive, to be successful, has to continually make their products and their services better. They have to have their pulse have to figure on the pulse of what their customers need. They obviously know what their product roadmaps are, and they know what the gaps in their product roadmaps are, and they have to fill those gaps, and they have to have incremental innovation all the time. That comes from the business lines, that comes from specialized innovation teams within the company. Super valuable. You can't be around if you don't have incremental innovation and having have this process very, very well defined. Disruptive innovation, I think, is different because now you're looking at going to a different market, serving different customers. I think especially why it's different is disruption. Just by the word disruption, in any context, it implies that there's losers, right? You can have a breakthrough innovation. You can create something that is very important. It's never been solved before. You bring it to market. You're very successful with it. But if nobody was solving that problem before, you're not disrupting anybody. To me, that's breakthrough innovation, and disruptive innovation means you're taking somebody else's market or someone's taking it from you.
Okay, great. Those are our 3 questions for David Letterman, Head of Ecosystem Development at Nokia's Networks Division. We will have information on our website, rcrwireless.com, about the Silicon Valley Open Innovation Challenge and how you can get involved. David, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been great.
Thanks, Martha.